The NBA is one of the most popular and critically acclaimed sports all over the world. Players range in stats from the average height of 5 feet 6 inches to a towering 7 feet. But regardless of the height and stats, it all comes down to skill. Today's video brings to you how Patty Mills fared against Tacko, a man twice his height. We'll also be talking about some of the tallest NBA players of all time, so don't go anywhere. First, let's talk about Patty Mills' mismatch. The Brooklyn Nets were supposed to face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and things were expected to go in favor of the Cavaliers. But Patty Mills took the audience by storm as he demolished Tacko of the Cavaliers. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Mills was one of the 4 professional players who were able to score more than 20 points and get a chance at the spotlight, along with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and LaMarcus Aldridge, as they moved on to the second position in the NBA's Eastern Conference standings. Apart from the exceptional shooting that Mill performed to score the 20 points, fans were left in awe and surprise as he humiliated the opposition, who were pretty genetically gifted in terms of height. All the big boys from Cleveland had to be benched due to their prior injuries they received, so the Senegalese giant Tacko was sent to the court to shoot some hoops. To give you an idea of how tall Tacko Fall is, he stands at around 229 centimeters tall and is supposed to be the tallest individual at the time in the NBA. He's also amongst the 10 tallest players in the NBA that have ever taken to court. Halfway through the game, Mills found himself trying to guard Fall, who made sure to back up against him and hoped to earn an easy score against the small Patty Mills. But he was in for a surprise. Patty Mills stands at around 185 centimeters tall, but the height difference is of course obvious as Tacko has a 44 centimeter advantage over him. Despite this, Mills stood his ground and aggressively prevented Tacko from scoring, earning him a foul and sending the giant Tacko Fall to the free throw line. Viewers saw the video and laughed as they were left in awe at what they considered to be a mismatch, but more so for Tacko as he was dominated by Patty. Tacko could have dunked over Patty, causing him to fall over and injure himself, but Patty courageously stood his ground. One commentator added to the hilarious scenario by saying it's like climbing up a tree. After the match, interviewers asked Patty why he had been cold for so long during his first season with the Brooklyn Nets, and Patty responded with a witty remark and said, "I just moved to New York. I don't have any warm clothes yet." Next, the tallest NBA players of all time. The average height in the NBA is around 6 foot 6 inches. While being tall doesn't guarantee that a player is going to perform his best, it does help when it comes to grabbing rebounds, blocking dunks and shots, and being able to have a view over the opposition's defenses. Here are a few of the tallest players in the NBA. First, we have Mark Eaton, 7 foot 4 inches. Mark Eaton stood at 7 foot 4 inches. He played for the Utah Jazz from 1982 to 1993. He had played a massive 875 basketball games and had a career score of over 5,200 points. Eaton had been awarded the Defensive Player of the Year for the years 1985 and 1989 and had made the most blocks in a single season in the 1984-85 season. He had an average of about 3.5 blocks per game, which is the best block stats in this date in NBA history. Mark Eaton was an incredible player and an awesome human being. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 64 from a bicycling accident. His jersey number 54 was the first to be retired at the hands of the Utah Jazz. Next is Tacko Fall's 7 foot 5 inches. Tacko Fall now stands at around 7 foot 5 inches. We just talked about him being the tallest active player in the NBA as of this moment and being in the top 10 tallest NBA players in the NBA history. He was given a 1-year non-guaranteed contract by the Cleveland Cavaliers after spending 2 years with the Boston Celtics. Fall is still a fan favorite of Boston as his appearance in the court was received with standing ovations. He has an average of 2.7 points and 2.6 rebounds, which is pretty decent considering the 24 games that he's played in his NBA career. Now we have Sim Bueller, 7 foot 5 inches. Sim Bueller is an anomaly of a human being, standing at 7 foot 5 inches, which is pretty usually tall for his Indian heritage. He was also the first Indian player to be playing in the NBA when he first appeared in 2015, playing for the Sacramento Kings on a 10-day contract. He played the NBA G League in 2014, where he averaged 10.3 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Next up, Yao Ming, 7 foot 5 inches. Yao Ming was a Chinese NBA player standing at around 7 foot 5 inches. Height was not all, as he became one of the most decorated players in NBA history. He was an 8-time All-Star and 5-time All-NBA selection, as he's not only made the most of his height in his favor, but paired with skill, making him one of the most dominating players in NBA history. Yao Ming's stats are impressive, as he averaged a score of 19 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks, and kept it at that way for his 8-year NBA career. He had a pretty famous rivalry with Shaq, who was also one of the most decorated NBA players known for his ego and attitude on the court. Shaq admitted that he took Yao Ming for an incompetent NBA player as his first impression, but going against him made Shaq eat those words, as even Shaq submitted to respect Yao Ming and his performance in the court. Now we have Slavko Vrains, 7 foot 6 inches. Slavko Vrains, who stood tall at 7 foot 6 inches, was drafted by the New York Knicks in 2003, but he was also shortly traded off to the Portland Trail Blazers. Despite being given a chance in the NBA, failed to make a good impression in the 3 minutes that he played. However, he did have a successful career overseas as a 3-time Serbian Cup champion. This goes to show that the NBA is a different ballpark game. Now, Shawn Bradley, 7 foot 6 inches. Shawn Bradley stood at 7 foot 6 inches tall. Bradley was the number 2 pick in 1993 by the Philadelphia Sixers. He averaged at around 8.1 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks during the 12 seasons that he played in the NBA. He went ahead with other teams as well, being the Sixers, Mavericks, and New Jersey Nets. He decided to feel at home with Dallas as he continued to play his final 9 seasons with them, along with other renowned players like Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. Shawn Bradley decided to finally lead a quiet life and went under the radar after his career came to a halt in 2004-2005. But things haven't been good recently, as he had a spinal cord injury a few months ago that left him paralyzed. Next on the list is Manute Bol, 7 foot 7 inches. Manute Bol left everyone speechless as the Sudanese player stepped forth on the NBA court. The Sudanese native was a good shot blocker, as he blocked shots consistently in his 1986 and 1989 seasons. He was honored as the top 10 shot blocker 7 out of 10 times in the 10 years that he played in the NBA. He developed his game thoroughly and began hitting 3-pointers. On March 3, 1993, he managed to hit 6 3-pointers against the Phoenix Suns. Bol's legacy still lives on today, as his son Bol is currently a player for the Denver Nuggets. Lastly is George Murison, 7 foot 7 inches. George Murison still stands as the tallest player in the NBA history, although his height left the commentators and audience in awe during his debut. He was no mere circus act, but a good NBA player. The towering player from Romania led the NBA in back-to-back seasons in terms of field goal percentages. Murison made sure to make the most of his experience in the NBA and improved with every year he played. He made sure to become the most improved player in 1996, as he averaged 14.5 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 2.3 blocks for the Washington Bullets. Murison continued to play for the Washington Bullets, and his career continued for 6 further seasons. He managed to play his best in all of his 307 games, but was unfortunately forced to retire due to a debilitating back injury. And with that, we've reached the end of our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Which player was your favorite, and what do you think of Patty Mills' mismatch? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next time with another video. Until next time, bye now.